Gather round, it's that time of year. The Ishcon Toy Convention is finally here. From May 16th to the 18th, collectors and geeks, let's all take a leap. Oh, rejoice, rejoice, let the laughter flow at Ishcon's Wonderland, where the good vibes grow. From vintage to modern, there's magic in the air. In this toy-filled paradise, we'll find treasures rare.
Say your fight club, we're repping the crew, battle on the floor. It's me and you, pose them up right. Let the showdown begin. In this action figure world, we're destined to win. Got my action force, they ready to strike. Transformers roll out, they're ready for the hype. Marvel and DC, heroes in the ring with every Welcome to Figure Fight Club, where collectors come to play. Discussions from valor versus the hot toys shaped by collecting weight. Pour a drink for yourself, collect your thoughts. Join us on this journey in action-packed talks. In the club, the fight is on. Action figures shine like the break of dawn. Collectors gather around, any trick will do. In Figure Fight Club, we welcome you. Welcome with the flop, with the flop, Welcome with the flop, with the flop, Raise your drinks up high and let's cheers. You're among collectors and like-minded peers. From stores to conventions, we take you backstage, exploring figures from modern day to the Stone Age. In the club, the fight is on. Action figures shine like the break of dawn. Collectors gather around, any trick will do. In Figure Fight Club, we welcome you. Welcome with the flop, with the flop,
I am your host, Abi. We have an exciting show for you guys. We have a very legendary customizer in the house tonight, so let's go ahead and get started by bringing in my co-host. He's back from vacation, so let's bring him out. Illustrated.
Believe me when I say that FOMO's a bitch. Did you see the proportions on this floor?
The sounds are crazy. But what up?
How you doing?
What's up? What's up?
Hopefully the sounds wasn't that bad.
It was like overload. It's cool.
Too loud for you this time?
No, that's what we get for taking vacation.
Right? How you been doing, man? I feel like I haven't talked to you since like Tuesday, and that was only for like that 1 hour on open mic.
Been chilling. Trying to get these accessories together. Losing track of time. Ishcon is right around the corner, and I still have a ways to go. Because I'm meeting people at the show to give their accessories and stuff too from the Whatnot stream. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, I came home and there's been a pile of figs at the door. Kind of like I feel like you. Feel like me. That's what's up. Yeah. Well, let's not have One Oak Customs waiting any longer. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome One Oak Customs. How you doing, Hans? Here's your applause now. That way we don't clash the sounds. There we go. What's up?
What's going on, fellas?
Doing good, man. How about yourself?
You know, taking it one day at a time, getting ready for Ishcon. So a lot of work to do. So I'm on my grind every day.
Yep. No, I hear that, man. It's been a while since you and I have met, and I guess you and Brandon as well. It's been I think we met at Legion's Con, but before that it was at Ishcon last year too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So 2 cons so far that I've been to, and both of you have been there, and it's going to be a 3rd one.
Yeah, and then we haven't really chopped it up since the old Plastic Journey days. It's been a minute.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true. You were a guest on Plastic Journey. That's right. But I guess Hans, welcome to Figure Fight Club. Thank you for being here. This is a little different show. You could cuss more on this one. Our chat is a little vile sometimes, which is great. But we like to, we generally start with pickups. So let's go ahead and get started with pickups. Do you have anything you want to share that you got?
Yeah, a couple things came in the mail this recently, which is the CT Toys Spider-Man, which was pretty awesome. But when I got that, I also got the Spider-Man movie Andrew Garfield,
Nice.
Spider-Man. And then I haven't opened this one yet. I don't really do a lot of the movie figures, but I'm only doing all the Sinister Six sets, and that's why I picked up this one here.
Okay.
Pretty awesome. And then I went on the Ross dive where all the figures were like $5.99.
Roscon, right?
Yeah, Roscon. I was able to pick up several of these figures,
Nice.
just for bodies to have extra. And then two big ones that I got. Well, let me show you this. I got the full set for the Nemesis Wave, of course. Finally finished that.
Yeah.
But what I just started recently collecting is I decided to set new shelves up in my other room, and it's going to be all the shows I watched as a kid, or getting into my teenage years and beyond before that as well. So one of the things I don't really do DC, but I'm going to do the whole Batman animated series line, which I have the Best Buy exclusive Clayface. I'm trying to catch up and get all the old ones, which are starting to get really expensive. But hey, you know what? It's part of the game. And then the last thing I picked up, of course, I'm doing all of the NECA Ninja Turtle stuff. So
Dude, I haven't even seen that one yet.
I haven't either.
What the hell? Wow.
Yeah,
That looks
That's
dope.
sick.
I got all of them. So they also have the Ghost, and then they also have the Panda that came out as well, and the new Shredder.
Yeah, I just got Shredder, but so there's new 2-packs coming out, so that's good to know. That's
So these are out right now because of their haul, toy haul, or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
The holothon or
Haulathon. There you go. That's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got a couple other things. I found a couple of SH Fig Arts that I picked up, but besides that, that's all I got in the last month.
there you go. How about you, Brandon? What'd you get?
So I'm gonna be like you. I actually haven't opened a lot of this yet. Rosie in the House.
Rose. I saw that one today. I passed on it.
So I saw the Chase, but this one's better. Like it just has a cooler look. I didn't care. I don't need two Rosies, so I got Rosie.
Yep.
Old school Carlito. He's probably gonna go on sale, but I'm like, I'm here, whatever. Maybe it'll be $16 in 2 weeks, whatever. I just got it. I don't care.
figured I'll wait for the $11 drop.
Damn. Then I'll be like, shit.
Yeah, Brett the Hitman Hart I just saw yesterday was only $11 at Target.
Yeah. Yeah, and like these guys in this wave, like this, like the 12th or 15th Hulk Hogan they just released, and there's like four different Hogans out.
It's so stupid right now. They're all on the shelf right now too.
Yeah.
And the Ultimates are like restocking again for some reason. Yeah. So actually today I was looking around because somebody posted the what was it? DJ.
Yeah.
From Street Fighter, and it wasn't there, but it was next to these, and I was like, oh shit, I need these. So I'm not completely out on McFarlane because I do these. I got the new set of the heads, so I got more of the heads.
Cowls, yeah.
Yeah, so there's like the first appearance, and then the Hush cowl, and then there were only 3, and then there was the Batman Begins cowl.
Nice.
So these look really cool on the shelf all together, especially with my spotlights like out in the living room. They look really cool. And then this came in the mail. I'm literally pulling it out of the package right now. Haven't even put my hands on it. He still has the stuff on him, but I got let me pull this off. I got SHF Bakugo.
Oh, I need that one. I'm looking for that one.
Yeah, he's pretty sick. So I got lucky because my pre-order dinged because I always put a dummy card on Big Bad because I have like $1 million in pre-orders, and then they hit me with the email like, please correct your payment, so that I can choose which ones I want to keep.
You smart.
I've been doing that for
that was awesome.
I've been doing that for like 10 years. Well, not that long, but a long time. So when I looked him up, like how much he is now, he's up like. They sell them for like $75 or something like that. Well, I locked in my pre-order at $50, so I was like, "Oh, I gotta put that one through." So
yeah, that one's pretty dope. The thing that I'm kind of upset about is that it didn't come with the effects. That you have to buy the effects separately, which I thought was
Yeah.
kind of a, you
May-
know,
Well,
maybe
that
this
sucked.
is this maybe the 70. I guess even that one wouldn't come with it either. But
it does not. So it
um,
comes with Bakugo and Deku's like extra like ability parts, like with the big old cannons in the back for him and a bunch of more explosions. And it comes with the hand guards come off, so you have the regular hand guards that he has when they break.
Oh,
I
damn. Okay.
definitely need that.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like
Um,
it should have came with the figure, but you know what? Hey, it's like the Luffy figures, right? You have to buy the
Yeah.
Gum arms and legs separately.
But no, this costume that he gets in the later seasons is because the other one that's out from Reveltech, he
Mhm.
has the bear arms,
Yeah.
and but this like I was like, dude, I have to get this, and they height scale perfectly together. So yeah, I'm gonna fuse him in with all my other my heroes, and yeah, he's sick.
That's
And,
what's up, man.
My last pickup, I literally just cut the box open, so it's not assembled. But for those following the lore, no, it's no more Power Ranger stuff. That's over. That's done. My ring is here. So
Nice.
this is packaged like phenomenally. The dude that made this for me did a good job. So here's all the like the banners and the stage drops and all the stuff.
That's what's up. So you didn't build it
yeah.
out yet?
I haven't built it out yet. There's like an instruction manual. So like, but this box is full of just, it's so heavy. It's all the ring stuff or all the stage. The whole stage fits in here. It's like 4 feet wide by like whatever. Like, dude, it's huge.
It's crazy.
So
I'm looking forward to that build.
I'm going to build that next week
Oh, wow.
because I'm going to need a few days on that.
Yeah.
So by next show, it should be ready.
That's what's up, dude.
Friday show, not Tuesday show.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's it. That's all I got. So,
That's
yeah.
all you got? Well, good pickups, man.
Yeah.
And before I get into my pickups, I want to welcome Marcos to memberships. Thank you very much for being a member. Stay tuned for after this show. We have a members only live, and we are doing the giveaway. I actually grabbed 2 right before coming onto the show, and we have a new video.
Thank you guys for becoming a member. All of you are stealing my heart. I wonder how Bats would feel about that, though.
Welcome to memberships.
Nice. I like the sticker. on
Yeah.
the chest.
I had a
Oh.
photo shoot over the weekend, so
Real quick, I want to answer this question. Somebody just asked a question right here, Ken.
yep, there's a
Yeah,
box.
so he does. It is. They call him Great Explosion Murder God. It's right on the box.
Yeah,
That's
let me
freaking sweet.
supersize you. Nice.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
Take
That's
care,
all.
Dan Sons. All right, so my pickups. I didn't get as much as you, but I haven't been on for like 2
Hey.
weeks. So I got Beetlejuice. This is the NECA one. I still like it. The hair is kind of translucent. It's kind of weird, but it's a dope figure. It comes with a little baby Beetlejuice, which I thought was fun.
Yeah,
one's
that's
nice.
that's a cool accessory.
Yeah. So
That can go well with even if like with Mezco later on, that'll still go perfect with that.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree, and that's probably one of the main reasons why I picked it up. I also have the SHF one coming in, so I got all the lights. Lucy,
Ooh.
that's the Jada Lucy. I saw it for like $20, $22 on Amazon. So I was like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and pick it up again. Since I sold, I sold mine to you.
Yeah.
Great Muda Ultimate Edition. This is a really dope figure. The accessories are awesome, and like the mist effect that comes with it is like inserted in the mouth. That's actually pretty dope. I got the final boss rock,
I need that.
and this is a dope one too. Good
Where'd you
figure.
find him?
Walmart and Apex,
Oh, okay.
and then Godfather.
Oh, where'd you find him?
I ordered him from Target.com. I actually have 2. Do you not have one?
Wait, I ordered one too. What the
Okay,
hell?
well, Target definitely gave me mine.
What the hell?
And then I went to Target today, and
Bro.
they had a like they do their like Target exclusive like AEW figures. They had Sting, and
Oh,
this is
that's
like
awesome.
I put the alternate head on there, and this is from the Revolution pay per view that I went to see his last match. So I was like, you know what, I'll
That's
buy this.
cool.
So I
That's
was like,
pretty
I'll
cool.
buy this. So this is dope. It was like one of their Target exclusives, and then for May the 4th, Star Wars Day coming up on what Sunday. I got Shakti.
Mm,
She'll be
that's
added to
cool.
my Jedi shelf. And two of these came in today. Haven't opened it up yet.
Nice.
The Four Horsemen figure obscure Ganesha, and I love the pins that it comes with too. And then the final thing, I blame Woody on this one because he's the one who told me it was on sale. I got another one for like $20, $25. I think 25. This is the tumbler,
Yeah.
so I'll use it for Action Force for the Desert Squad. But yeah, that's well, I guess I could tell you what we're giving away on members only today. We're giving away this Mythic Legions figure. Sorry for the. And then we're giving away Action Force Connor or Condor, Covert Ops
Yeah.
Condor.
That's a good figure.
So those will be given away on members only tonight. And that's my pickups, man.
So pickups. Hey, blow me up real quick. I forgot something.
Oh,
It's literally right here. It's in a pile of stuff, and I completely
I get it.
forgot. When you showed off the elephant guy, I had to pick him up, and I did open mine, and he is freaking amazing.
You know what? You know what it is, right? That's that gateway drug. You need to get back into Mythic Legions.
Hey, if they keep putting out like one-off like crazy stuff like this, yeah, I'll pick them up. I'll pick them up. I mean, I can't deny what it is. Like, sure, would it double joints, blah blah blah. Yeah, it would have been nicer, but just to sit like this on the shelf and just look nice, like it's undeniably dope.
Oh,
Like,
dude, it
so
looks so dope.
I give them the props, like for sure. Like no nothing, just it's good. This thing is freaking sick.
Yeah,
Like, but yeah,
it's a very nice looking figure. They did a really good job with it, so I agree.
yeah.
And like, I mean, I'm not huge into Mythics anymore myself, but I definitely bought that. Shit, I bought 4 of them. So it's
Jesus.
yeah. I was in India, right? So I was in India when it was
Oh,
announced.
you were feeling the
I was
vibes
feeling the Indian vibes. So I was like, I didn't think I was gonna be able to get it from India, but somehow like it was there. They're like, hey, it's up, and I was like, shit, I'm awake. Perfect. Let me buy it. Because mind you, I'm like 9.5 hours ahead. So I was like,
Mhm.
ooh, let me buy it. So I bought 2, and then before the day before, I had told Ish and my other buddy Sandeep to pick me up and all in, so I don't miss out. And I told them both, so they both picked the one up for me. So I was like, all right.
Oh yeah.
So the one that Sandeep bought me came in like literally last week, I think, and then I just got these 2 today. And then
Well, I didn't
the
even
one
know
from
it
Ish.
was dropping because I was so out of the loop. I was just scrolling and I see like buy now, and I was like, what the hell is this? And I was like, oh, it's probably sold out. But I think they like make more now because like they're not really like selling out like they used to, like when they were gone in like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, if he's there, I'll buy him. And I went to the website and I checked out, and it shipped like a couple days later. And yeah, so pretty cool.
That's what's up. Now let's get back to One Oak over here,
Yep,
Hans.
yep.
Our chat, some probably know you, some probably don't know you, so we'd love to ask this question. It's more of like a high level. You could definitely go into details, but who are you? What do you collect? What do you like? What do you dislike? And how long have you been doing it? Collecting.
Well, my name is Hans, also known as 10 Customs, as you can see on there. I collect a lot of things. Let me just give a little background. I started off collecting Gundams, and from there I went to third-party Transformers, and I sold all those, and I went all in on the Marvel Legends. But since then, I got into customizing within the last 4 years, and it took off from there, and I just got addicted to it. And then a lot of new figures came out, and for a long time I didn't collect because I didn't feel like any of the action figures that you get on the regular, you know, at Target and Walmart and stuff weren't that great. But now they've gotten so much better, and especially like with all the new figures, pinless, all that stuff, it's even getting better and better and better. But I also collect the GI Joes, anything that I have from my childhood, which is like the He-Man or the Batman, like I said, I just showed you guys right now, and then the Ninja Turtles are a big one for me as well. And then I make my own Transformers now, so not my design. They're Toy Maker 3Ds, but I make them to have for myself. I don't ever want to take credit for somebody else's work. It's theirs. I just print them out.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, that's what I collect. And like I said, I've been doing this for about 4 years, and I've been printing for about 2.5 years.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Did I miss anything else on that question?
What do you dislike?
Oh, what I dislike. I do not like McFarlane 7-inch figures.
Oh,
Let's go.
Well, I mean, if they were 6 inches, I think I would have probably bought a ton of them. But being out of the size range, I had to pass on them.
Yeah.
I was starting to collect all the Batman stuff. Yeah.
So you must be then
McFarlane addict. Yes.
Oh yeah, dude, all that stuff behind him used to be all McFarlane, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear.
I mean, you can't see my collection; it's still here.
I turned it around, and it was a good time.
Yeah, she's happy with it.
I forgot. I also just started this year all the SH Fig Arts, which I'm doing the My Hero Academia, the One Piece, Naruto, and what's the other one? Demon Slayer. So I'm gonna collect all those ones too.
I don't know much about anime, so I can't help. Like I can't. I know One Piece just because I watched the Netflix. Like was
Movie?
it? Yeah, the TV show.
Mm-hmm.
Like the real life one.
Yeah, that was really good too.
Yeah.
For My Hero, you should. I don't know if you have any, but you should really look into the Reveltech stuff too. It fuses really well with, because they're gonna make different characters, and eventually they'll make the same ones. But like, it's a good mix to mix them together.
For sure. I mean, I've seen a couple of them. I just haven't jumped on that board yet. On that boat, but these ones are perfect for me for right now. But I do like those, especially like, you know, when you get bootleg versions of their figures. They turn out really nice.
Dude, CT is killing it right now.
Oh yeah, they're doing great. Can't wait for that Gambit.
Oh man.
When that sold out, I was so pissed, and then like everybody was selling it for like double the price. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna wait.
Yeah.
No, I guess one of the other questions I had for you is like you had mentioned. You didn't mention time frame? Like, did you start as a kid, or were you into figures as a kid, or started as an adult?
As a kid, my parents, you know, they had 3 kids. My dad was the only worker, so we didn't really have a lot of toys. But my mom would try her best, and my dad would. So I would have like Power Rangers, a couple little small Transformers from Hasbro, nothing big. And I grew out of it really early, and went straight to sports and playing sports, watching wrestling, WCW, WWE. Got into that big time, and then my big thing was, you know, hanging out with my friends and chasing girls, you know what I mean? Yeah. So then when I finally got married, I decided like, hey, you know what? I'm going to start buying stuff. And I did, and it became an addiction. And now, you know, I make them and yep, I love plastic. But yeah, I started my real collection. This whole thing that I have back here started about 4 or 5 years ago.
Okay. Damn, that's 4 or 5 years worth?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome, and we're gonna check that out later too. Woody's asking a question. Aren't CT toys like $60 now? I don't own any CT toys, so I have no idea.
So the last time I looked, this was $24, and now it's $34.
So it's going up.
$10 is what it went up on all the figures. So like what is it? The Venom, or not the Venom, the Wolverine. All of them are up $10. Everything that I saw was $10 up.
Okay, got you. And Titan, what's going on, dude? You know, Ish the other day, I had lunch with Ish yesterday. He actually mentioned, because I made a comment about like I should try to get into anime since like I don't know anything about it. He was like, he actually recommended Solo Leveling, saying that you should start with Solo Leveling because it's probably the easiest for you to start watching. So
Dude, it's very good. It's very good.
I might have to give it a chance.
So the thing about solo leveling for me, it's action and it's fast action, and the fights last one episode, so you get the full effect right away instead of waiting 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 episodes before the fight's over. So you're getting bits and pieces. Where this, as the main character, it's 90% him. So you see all the things that happen with him compared to like something like One Piece, where you have the story of Zoro over here, then you see Chopper for a little bit, and then you have a whole episode where they're in the middle of a fight, and all of a sudden you're looking at somebody else's story for 2 more episodes before you get back to the real fight. And with solo leveling, it's not like that. It's right to the action. Once the fighting starts, it goes there, or right before the fighting actually starts, they stop, and then right when you start the next episode, it goes all in.
That only pisses me off because if you watch it live when it's happening and it's 1 episode a week, like he enters like the fight zone and then it's like and credits and you're like, bro.
But hey, when that next episode goes, he goes all in.
It's fire. The next episode is like, holy shit. Yeah.
And a big welcome to Scott Hughes. Thank you for jumping in. He's one of our wrenches, so thank you, man.
What up, Scott?
I guess. What about comic books? You have a history in comic books too. You read?
Yeah, so I do. I have Marvel Unlimited, so I went back and started reading a lot of my all different comics. I did this last run of the Avengers and went through that whole thing, and that's what I did. If you look at a lot of my customs, it was all based off of the comics that I was reading. The big one, what got me back into it, was the Superior Spider-Man storyline. So I started reading that because I got away from that and started reading manga for a long time, and then something brought me back, action figures, to Marvel, and I try to read with what I can here and there, what stories I hear that people say are really good. But yeah, I read a lot of comics, and then I also watch a lot of comic stuff because I drive a lot. So I'm a comic historian, and I forgot who the other one was that passed away. I think it might have been a comic historian. Anyway, but yeah, I read a lot. For me, one of the biggest things was Superior Spider-Man. I loved it so much. I love the premise. I love everything about Doc Ock in that, and that's why my number one favorite bad guy after I read that was Doc Ock, and I try to make every version of Doc Ock I can and collect every version of Doc Ock.
So you have the Mezco one?
I do not. I'm talking about. I'm sorry. I try to collect every single version of him through Hasbro. Yeah.
Got you.
Or make my own version.
The old Superior Spider-Man figure was my very first Marvel Legend I ever bought. Was Superior Spider-Man.
That's awesome. Yeah. Mine's Gambit, and he's up there, sitting at the very top because that's the very first one I bought.
I don't remember. It was probably an MCU figure for me, to be honest. So.
Dude, I found it. I was in a Kmart randomly, and those are not around anymore. And that's where I found them at.
Showing your age,
right? Greg, what's going on, dude? How you doing?
What's up, Greg?
Let's
see.
Dude? So I guess
Wait, I want to give a shout out to Greg. That man has the best shoes every time I see him. They are fire. I'm telling you, there ain't nobody better than him. Every time I go to a show, every day he has a different dope pair of shoes on.
I mean, dude, have you seen his toy room? Holy shit!
I have not.
Dude, it's insane. He should sell tickets to that shit.
He literally needs to sell tickets to watch that. It's insane. All right, so we talked about some of the stuff that you like to collect. Now, what are some of your favorite figures in your collection?
So for me, the Gear 5 Luffy that I just got is probably one of my favorite figures. The whole bendy arm thing, I love it. And especially they just announced the Gear 5 Luffy from the current arc on the anime, which is the Egghead Island arc, I guess. And I can't wait to buy that. And that one comes with Gum Gum arms and this like weird leg thing. So that's probably one of my top. But I would say, if I go down every line that I own, of course, the TMNT line, my favorite figure out of that is probably the Turtles itself. And then when you go to any of the Marvel stuff, Spider-Man's like my favorite character. So most of those Spider-Man characters are fantastic, especially the new ones. I did get the Maximum Spider-Man. Will I say it's the best Marvel Legend? It is up there with the great Marvel Legend, but again, these CT toys are just as good as those, and I'm paying less, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm a sucker for Marvel Legends, so I'm gonna buy it anyway. So that's cool. And then with this new Batman, with the Batman Adventures, I bought the motorcycle, and my God, that thing is beautiful. And it comes with the helmet, so you put them on there, and it lights up. I didn't know that it did that.
Yeah, mine's up there somewhere. It's sick. It's dope.
So the part that upset me was like 4 weeks ago, I was going to those like stores that are overstock stores, and they had like 4 of the Batmobiles there for $29.99. I was like, I'm not going to collect that set. So I tried going a week later. When I started collecting it, they're all gone, and everywhere online now it's $100.
Oh.
Well, it's like $80 on Target still, but with shipping comes out to $100.
Shipping and tax,
yeah. But yeah, I mean, there's so many good figures out there right now, and like I said, well, I haven't said this on here. These new figures that you buy now that are from like Hasbro and Mattel or any of those companies, man, they're just as good as you know, for me in this day and age, paying $25 for a figure that has the articulation and everything that it has today, it's worth it to me. But some people don't find it that way. But compared to what you had 5 years ago to today is like night and day difference. I mean, coming from the what is it? What buck was it? The
Bucky cap.
Yeah, the Bucky cap buck to these new figures are unreal.
Yeah. It's not just the pinless, which I like. Well, I'm sure. I don't know if pinless is harder for you to customize, but like, well, you know, you said you cut it and you pop it out. You know how to do that. Yeah. But other than the pinless, like, I feel like a lot of the plastic quality has gotten better. And just especially when they do those like the what if figures and like the MCU style figures, they just that like superior kind of feel they're bringing into like the comic figures and stuff, and it's just. They feel really good now too. I mean,
the last couple waves they did a great job, I thought, with most of the figures. I mean, I haven't had one where I'm like, well, this doesn't really look like it, except for I do like the Nemesis, but I wish it would have been the AOA version. You know what I mean? Where it was clear and whatnot.
I agree.
But this one is still beautiful, and for example, the Cyclops that it comes with, the optic blast that he has. I mean, that's where, you know, they're doing well and they're doing great. But again, the number one issue with Marvel Legends is it doesn't come with a lot of accessories. But yeah,
the business, if you take the business side out and just focus on like the figure itself, they are probably the best they've ever been. But it's when you add in the business stuff, then you start hacking away at things and. Yeah.
Well, I know they don't own the rights, complete rights to Marvel, but I guess with the G.I. Joes, they own it. I guess is that how that works? Yeah, that's why you get so many accessories with the Joes. I mean, I have like buckets and buckets of Joe items just sitting over here because it comes with 20 guns, 10 knives, and 3 backpacks. You know, per character.
Well, for me, it's just to really quickly. It's so funny because we say like we want a lot of accessories, but mine all go in bags.
Exactly.
So I get them like in the final look they're going to be, and then I pose them, and that's how they live forever. So I do like accessories, especially if you're in like photography and whatever, and you can use things. But if they're going to take away accessories, I just want to pay less money. Like,
yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, if I'm going to pay that amount of money for a G.I. Joe and then a Marvel Legend, and the Marvel Legend only has 2 extra hands, where this has, like I said, 10 guns, 4 knives, and 2 backpacks. It's like, how is that they're the same price? You know what I'm saying? Exactly. But again, you're paying for popularity as well, because, you know, Marvel is Marvel.
Yeah.
But that's just my
accessories,
issue.
You know, like the issue with accessories I have is they're always sitting in bins. Like I have like, I dedicated, you know, those like little box shelves or like those little ottoman boxes or whatever. I have 9 of them dedicated for accessories at this point because I have so many accessories just sitting around. And I'm sure, I mean, but the thing is, if for customizers, that's like you're in heaven, right? Because you have all the damn parts. So I'm not much of a customizer, and I'm a kit basher. So I'm just like, like I'll just buy parts and then I'll, you know, kit bash them. But I'm not taking out pins and elbows. At most, I'll be doing like, you know, shoulder swaps and stuff like that, or like torso swaps. But that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, having multiple items, that's why like those ones for $5.99. I already have those. I'm buying if there's a figure under like $9, I'm buying it just to have it. I mean, I have all of the AEW figures from Ross. I don't even know what I'm gonna do with them, but I have like 20 of them sitting in my trunk. So every time I go, I just toss them in my trunk because maybe I'll use the upper body, the knees, because the flesh bodies are hard to find with a lot of these characters. So I'll probably use those one day, but I mean, they're only $3.99 at Ross. So I've just picked up a ton of them.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Yeah, for sure.
It's like the Mary Jane figure. They had it up there for $9.99, and I guess they didn't sell, so they went on sale for $1 a piece. So I've just bought like 6 or 7 of them.
Where the hell did you find it for $1?
At Ross. So when Ross, after the winter time, after the Christmas time, and it didn't sell because they still had it for $9.99.
You're talking about the MJ, the movie
version. Yeah. So then at the end of it, they put like a whole section of toys that were 90% off, legit 90% off.
Wow.
Jesus.
And I just grabbed all those figures, and I'll just keep grabbing them, and I literally have a stack outside just sitting. Whenever I need something, I'll just go out there.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I definitely bought that MJ, like 4 of them from Ross for like $3 each. Mm-hmm. And I was like, you just swap out the heads and they just make a different like background character.
For sure.
Yeah, so it worked out well. Before, so did you start printing first or did you start customizing first?
Customizing first. Printing came along later just because I thought it was cool that you could print out your own items, and I watched a video where a guy made like a vehicle for a character, and I was like, shit, I could do that. And that's how I got into it. And the very first thing I printed was that I don't know, you guys were there, it was the Sentinel that I had that I brought with me to Legion's Con.
Okay.
That was the first thing I printed out. I only had one printer. It took 2 months of nonstop printing to print it out.
Jesus.
I would literally just keep swapping it. And it was so slow because like my first printer only did 50 millimeters a second versus these new ones that do 500 millimeters a second.
Oh wow! Okay.
Or whatever it is, the speed. But
well, what got you into printing?
Again, like I said, printing you could make items like a Sentinel, and you see my 4'10" Devastator that I had. I'm printing out shit like this that I paid someone to get the file, so I own the file for the Japanese Spider-Man car.
Dude, that looks crazy. That
awesome. Looks really good. Holy crap.
Yep. So, and then I got a lot of new printers where I could print the color directly on here now instead of trying to paint it. So it's helped out a lot.
That's awesome.
Damn, that's sick.
But yeah, I sold a bunch of these. I'm bringing a bunch with me to Ishcon, but I ended up selling like maybe 9 of these. So I'm bringing like 4 or 5 with me, but I think I've already sold 3 of them before I even got there. So I'm gonna try to print a couple more before I get back. Before I go there.
Yeah, I have that figure. I might need to keep one of those.
Oh, and then what I do want to, I also have a Leopardon coming. I don't know if you know, but the Japanese Spider-Man has a robot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a buddy of mine that I met on here who made this car for me is almost done with the Leopardon, and it's going to be about 5 foot tall. I'm hoping that he gets it done in the next like 2 weeks, so then I could print it out, or next week, so I could print it out to bring with me to Ishcon.
So Talib 1980 just said, "Did I hear 4 foot Devastator?"
Yeah, 4 foot 10 inches, G1 style.
Dude, Talib, I'll send you a photo, man. Like, it's insane. I remember, I think I was talking about that like on one of the shows where I was talking about you printing like a 4 foot or 5 foot Devastator, and like someone bought it at Ishcon.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't planning on selling it. I didn't even want to sell it, and he was like, "Yo, I will buy it right now." I was like, "Man, if you give me this amount of money," he was like, "Sold." I was like, "All right, cool." I was just joking, but okay.
Yeah. And Zakanen, one of our other wrenches, thank you very much. He gifted 5 memberships to the show. Keys Collects, Adge Marine, Harry O, B Drew, and Better Late Than Never got those gifted memberships.
Appreciate it, Zakanen.
Thank you, Zakanan. See, he
Somebody
puts on
said,
lights.
somebody said break out the glasses. That was random stuff, George. Or garage, my bad. Random stuff, garage.
I just play videos.
Thank you guys for becoming a member. All of you are stealing my heart. I wonder how Bats would feel about that, though.
Thank you very much, Zakanan, for the gifted memberships. Question from Frankie: you gonna do a 4-foot Bruticus, bro?
My plan is in the future, after I'm done with doing this show and then Legion's Con, is I do want to print all of the figures that I have into the 112 scale. And yes, I will have a Bruticus, which I do have a Bruticus that somebody else made that took the Superion that Toy Maker 3D made, and he made his own version of Bruticus, and it's awesome. I have that. And then he also has a Menasor, which is my favorite combiner set, which he's going to be putting out soon. So I'll be printing that out. So I'm going to have pretty much all the combiners at 4 foot 10 inches to 5 feet tall. And then, of course, the Leopardon as well. So my wife gave me the whole basement. It was a workout room. We all got membership somewhere else. So I was like, let me have it. And she said yes. So I have plenty of space for it now.
Nice.
That's what's up, man. All right. So what got you into customizing?
So, one, I've always been an artist. I like to paint and draw and stuff like that. I probably told the story in your old show where a buddy of mine had miniatures and he painted it like they weren't painted. I was like, why are these just gray and, maroon? And it was a Descent figure. And I was like, I could paint those. So I went to Walmart and got some apple barrel paint and painted it. And it actually wasn't that bad. And I was like, you know what, I could probably do this. And I'm going through YouTube, and I wasn't collecting toys at the time. And the first channel I went upon stumbled upon was Pounds 978. And he does all the customized for Spider-Man. And I watched him do it. He showed how to do it. So I was like, you know what, let me grab a figure. Let me try it out. And I tried it out and I fell in love with doing it. And then, of course, there's multiple other people. Craig Warwick, who is it? Kit Bash Customs. I followed all these guys and I loved all their work. And to be in the league with them now, and my name gets brought up with them is it makes me very happy because, like I said, those guys, I followed them for years, and now I'm up there with them, and it's a great feeling.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yo, Joe Jerk 2, welcome. I'm sorry that you were hacked, man. I hope you get that figured out.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, man. That sucks. We're all rooting for you to get it all back.
Yeah.
You want to show off some of your customs? I guess let me ask that question first.
Yeah. I could show off some if you want me. You want me to show you now?
Yeah, why not?
All right. So a couple things I'm bringing with me to Ishcon that, again, the same guy helped me out make these models. So let me show you the first one, which is the Spider Bike, which was a one-shot cover that they had that I loved. And I was able to get a head sculpt made from someone, which is actually Hayden 3D, made the head sculpt for me. And then I just did the rest, and it's per the comic, so they go together. So I sell these as a set. I was going to bring 4 of them with me, and I've already sold all 4 before I even got there. Literally in the last 2 weeks. Last week, I posted one picture, and I posted like I had 3 of them, and they sold.
Nice.
So my inventory has gone down tremendously. So another one that I did was
Hans, 1 second. So there's a Random Stuff Garage has 2 questions. One,
Okay.
can I print Prime in 112 on an Ender 3 and 2?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, on an Ender 3.
Okay, so a couple things. Yes, you can, 100%, because they don't get any bigger. The pieces don't get any bigger than this. So my original Optimus that I printed out, which is on my shelf out there on the stairs, I printed out on an Elgu Neptune 2S, which is the same as the Ender 3. And the joints are very loose. You have to make the ball joints a little bit bigger. For a long time, I used like foam padding. But now, as I've done this, which let me grab one so I can show you an example.
Just to get back to the chat, Trey, I did see your question earlier. I'm going to be at the swap tomorrow. Brandon, are you going to be there?
That's my plan. If stuff changes, it'll be last minute, but yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sorry, Hans, go
So
ahead.
here is a unarmored Ultra Magnus. This is the Optimus version 2.0 that Toymaker 3D made. And what I've done is in between all the joints, I put a little bit of hot glue and I smooth it out so it gives it something to grab onto, which this one, these were super loose and now they don't flop around, even the legs, which again, they hold. I didn't put any here. Same thing with the waist, abdomen here, and then you have all this as well, which these move a little different, but this part right here, I make 100% infill because there's a lot of stress and a lot that goes into this part right here. So I would suggest that if you're doing 112, make this and this here 100%, and you have to take a hammer to put this joint in, by the way.
Jeez.
But yeah, this one's almost done. But yeah, this is the Ultra Magnus without his armor on.
That's sick.
That is really sick.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you got the chest that opens up.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah,
That looks
so
good.
that's how you do it.
Nice.
And again, the whole point of my page that I started is that if you have questions, I try to help you out and make it so you can make it yourself. Another one that I just did, this is for a customer of mine. I'm doing all of the Venomized stuff. So here's the comic book version of the Venomverse, Robbie Reyes Venomized.
Nice.
Damn. That's sick.
That is sick.
Which
That's like
I have the head
crazy done.
sculpts for it too as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then here's another one that I'm bringing with me to Ishcon. A lot of them aren't painted yet, but the Ghost Rider 2099 bike.
Dude.
Make as much close as possible. Like every scene you see his bike on, he has tags on it. But I mean, the things that are the same are like the chrome, burning, and zero. But he has stuff all over it, and it's like all different. And then I have the customized Ghost Rider I made 2099. Head sculpt is from Hayden 3D, and I found some random chainsaw and cut it into pieces and put it on him because he has that chainsaw arm.
That's freaking sick.
So I will have these available as well, the 2099 bikes.
Nice.
That's awesome.
And then you have the normal Ghost Rider newer version bike here that I believe who rides it? Who is the one that just came out? I'm drawing a blank right now. Sorry, fellas.
I have no idea.
The most recent Ghost Rider pack that Hasbro put out. Danny Ketch. So
Danny
this is the
Ketch,
new
okay.
Danny Ketch bike.
Yeah.
That's in the comics
That's cool.
That is cool.
as well. So those are some of the 3D printed items here. Oh yeah, and then one of the big ones is I found another guy who makes a bunch of Spider-Man figures and whatnot. I asked him if I could print one out for someone as long as I pay for the files, and he said that's fine. The guy that I printed out for backed away and was like, hey, I actually don't have room for it, so I'm going to bring it with me to Ishcon, and I'm going to show you one of the bots from the Spider Slayer from the animated series.
Shut the frick up, dude.
That's
Bro.
cool.
Yo, I want that.
So you want to see the whole thing? Because I have all three bots.
Yeah, why
What?
not?
Bro.
Here, I'll grab it. So you could talk to your people over there, but let me grab the whole thing that I have already magnetized and everything that's set up, because I still have to print one more bot.
Dude, what the frick? Oh my god! Because we got the Smythe figure to go with it now, finally, from the 2-pack, and like, man, what the dude?
Is
That's
it-
so sick?
Is it
So-
thundering at
so-
your area too?
Who, mine?
I just heard thunder, so
Yeah, it's happening.
yeah, mine too.
Holy shit!
Let me supersize you again. 1 second. Jesus.
Let me put this on here. Yep. There's all three bots. They all come apart, of course. You have the Black Widow that comes off.
Yeah.
And then you also have the Tarantula, which I have it magnetized. So you got the magnets. Different legs. These legs are made so you could bend them down. So you're using the legs of the Tarantula instead.
Yeah.
Which we worked on that together because he didn't have that system with the legs. I'd suggested doing different legs and he was able to do it. Then also with the Black Widow, we're going to make a smaller version and the legs go up a little higher so the feet will rest on its back of the Tarantula.
Okay. That's what's up.
But there you go. The Spider Slayer from the animated series.
I literally just like closed my eyes and I pictured the whole episode and it's like, holy shit.
Isn't that crazy? Like this dude is fantastic. I mean, this thing is amazing.
That is
like
really
all
cool.
This got all magnet set up.
Dude, that's nuts.
And you're gonna have that at Ishcon.
Yes, I will have one set at Ishcon with me. That I already printed out the Tarantula and the Scorpion. So I was like, I might as well print out the last one because when I was printing the last one, he was like, "Hey man, I want to apologize," which is one of my customers. I've had him for a long time, for the last 2 years, and he's a really good dude. He was like, "I just don't have room for it. I'm sorry." I was like, "Dude, don't worry about it. I'll sell it to somebody if they want it." And like I said, the artist was like cool with it. Again, I don't like to take other people's stuff and sell it without their permission. So he was cool with me selling it. And again, like I said, I just have to pay him for his files because that's how he's selling it anyway.
Yeah.
So does that mean, are you allowed to like print more?
Yeah, as long as he said it's cool, as long as I pay. I suggested that I pay him for every file. So each one of these files are $30 a piece. So that's $90. So I just put it in the cost of selling it, so I could pay him his amount of money. But yes, I could print out several of them. He said it's no big deal.
Okay, cool.
So,
Gotcha. That's dope.
Yep. So that's one of the big ones, and then I got a ton more, but there's I'll bring one more back. Give me 1 second, and then we'll take a tour here shortly. So I'll show you everything. But let me put this back there before I drop it and break it.
While Hans is putting that back, I'm going to show this off again. This is one of the prints that Hans did that I bought at Ishcon last year. So yeah, this is really dope.
I'm gonna grab mine.
Yeah, it articulates. Head goes side to side. The feet move. This
and again, that's another Toy Maker 3D item as well.
This one right here.
Is that the? I can't see it. I'm not over there, but I'm guessing it's your Power Ranger, right?
Yeah, the Power Ranger, the green Zord. Yeah.
Yeah, that's his as well. Toy Maker 3D is a monster. He makes the coolest figures ever, 3D printed wise.
Yeah. That's dope.
Also, I will have a couple of these with me as well, which is the glider from the cartoon show as well.
Oh, that's cool. Nice.
And then,
dude, what? What?
And then you have the other small glider that goes with it.
You bring in those?
Yep, bringing like 4 or 5 of them.
Keep one aside, please.
For sure. And you can put magnets in it. I didn't put the right magnets when I first got this. I didn't order the right magnets, but I ended up buying the right magnets for it.
That
again,
is freaking
the
killer.
person who made the Spider Slayer also made this as well, and he has a couple of things he's making that are pretty cool.
The fact that the community comes through when Hasbro drops the holy freaking ball because they didn't make one is like, who cares? I don't even care anymore because that's freaking dope. Like, that's the whole point. Like, yeah. And
dude, all these things I just showed you were all 3D printed. That's how
crazy.
good. I mean, look at this thing. I never thought in a million years I'd have a Spider-Man, GP7 vehicle, which I didn't really watch the show, but the whole point was right when they said they announced the Japanese Spider-Man, I went and looked at everything. And then when I did the, I guess into the Across the Spider-Verse, not Across, those are the movies. There's the Spider-Verse one, and he's in there with his robot, and they have to travel with him and whatnot. So it's pretty cool that he's in the comics now as well.
Yeah, that's so sick.
It's insane, man.
Has guns in there. This one's mine, so the other ones do have the guns.
What port? I guess they're all kind of the same. I mean, some are different, but what stand are you using to port that in to the glider?
What am I doing? What? I'm sorry, you cut out for a second.
What stand?
Oh,
Like company stand is.
this is the one that you get from I believe. I just grab whatever stand I have, and this already has. Oh, sorry. This one already had a little bit of a hole, and I just drilled it out a little bit so I could just
to
fit this one in there,
fit.
so I could have it on my shelf. But it has a base for it too.
Stand.
Either it's a Hasbro stand or it's the one that comes with the NECA stuff.
Oh,
one of the
actually,
two.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Frankie is asking, who's the guy that makes the files?
The one that I have here is Green Wolf that does most of this. This other one is Koopa. I don't know how it's full. I could put it out there. If you go to my page, I literally tag everybody that I use, any of their items, any 3D items, I tag them in there. So like with the Ghost Rider 2099, the heads, Caden 3D, my boy Green is on there for all the other ones. So you can check it out. They're all on there. But some of these I just buy online, and not these ones, but the ones that I have in my collection, and then I'll just print them out for myself. So there's a bunch of artists out there. There's so many good ones. And then like the guy that's doing my Leopardon, you could get with him, and he does commission as well. And so does Hayden 3D. He does a lot of commission. So I commissioned him to make this head, which is the Spider-Man Ghost Rider head, and then he made my Robbie Reyes, and then ended up selling my Venomized Captain America, but he made the head sculpt in full armor for it. I'm making another one for myself.
Damn, that's cool.
Nice. Okay.
So I like my Symbiote Spider-Man, Symbiote 6. I did all the head sculpts myself in ZBrush, which those turned out really well, but it's just a lot of time. I don't have time to do that, especially doing all this stuff and making a bunch. I'd just pay somebody who's already an artist that could just pump them out.
That makes
It's
sense.
just like doing what is that called? Dials, right? Like I can make my own. I have one that I built here, but it's easier to go to an artist that does a great job instead of me spending, 2-3 weeks. I can just pay somebody else to do it. That's if I have the money type deal.
Yeah. No.
That's what I do. I just pay other people to do stuff because I'm not skilled like you guys are.
You just gotta take time. If you really want to do it, you will learn it.
Nope. That's why you guys exist, right? I mean, you guys do the good work. I just pay you.
For sure.
Stuff,
I don't have amazing butlers.
No, I wanted to show this real quick because in case people haven't seen it, I got this from Hans last year. Got this big boy.
Damn.
And he comes with a tail too. It's just I unattached it for right now. But when I saw this, I was like, yes.
That thing is amazing. Like when I made it, I brought those just to show it as an example, and I was like, you know what, forget it. If somebody wants it, they could have it. I could always print it again, which I haven't printed it again. But that was the only one I ever made. Both of you only have the one that I made.
This thing's freaking heavy. Like it's substantial. Like it's a big boy. And I've had zero issues with it. Like it's the day. I mean, a year ago, basically.
Yep.
Is perfect. Like no issues. So, yeah.
Well, I'm glad you still have it.
Hell yeah, man! This is part of the forever collection.
Awesome.
Do you have any more prints you want to show off, Hans?
Yeah, I mean, let me go around the room. How about that? Let me see if I can switch.
Room tour?
Yeah, let me see if I can switch this camera around. Where's this camera? Oh, that's to turn it off. Let's go to more.
I think it's in the settings.
Settings.
More, yeah.
Camera. And let's go to back camera. Yep. Can you guys see?
Yep.
I like that paint rack. It's so simple
awesome.
but so effective. That's dope.
Oh, hold on. Let me see if it goes back to my headphones. Can you hear me?
Yeah. We can hear you.
Yeah.
All right, it's not on my headphones right now. So just real quick, a couple of things that I 3D printed. I did a mammoth. This was my first one that I did, and it was super small. So right now, I even brought one to Legions Con, which was even smaller. So I decided to make a big one. Hopefully, I'll have that done soon.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
So I 3D printed this Ghost Rider car as well. This is 3D printed, which is the Robbie Reyes
That's awesome.
Ghost Rider.
Yeah, that's sick.
You know, it's funny that with all the Ghost Rider stuff, I know a guy who's buying a lot of the Ghost Rider stuff from you at Ishcon.
Oh yeah, I talk to him all the time.
Yeah, he told me about it. He was so excited when he saw that you were going to be on the show.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Yeah.
Like I said, the Sinister Six is like my favorite. The Superior Six.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
And
that's
then all my different versions of Doc Ock from the I forgot what series. It's a Daredevil series, where Doc Ock went back to find try to become the part of Superior Spider-Man that was him. So he traversed the multiverse and found different versions of himself.
Is that a
Yes.
four-armed Hulk down there?
Yeah, Four-Arm Hulk, Ghost Rider, Wolverine, and then the Supreme version, which was like the bad guy of the
That's cool.
comic.
Yeah, that's a dope one.
The movie. Then I have the Symbiote 6. These ones I did every single one of the head sculpts on here through ZBrush.
Yeah.
Myself. I mean, I can do it, but like I said, it takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
My Symbiote, all my Spider-Man stuff, except for the anime series, is out there. HasLab. This is another good one that I did. What I love about this one was all the black you see on here, except for the Spider-Man, is all vinyl.
That's cool.
And then,
Yeah, when you made those and put those out on Instagram, that's around when I first started. My algorithm was showing me your stuff, and I've just been following ever since.
I appreciate you, brother. I really do. My original one that I printed out, and then this is mine that I did before the new one came out, and I just threw the head on that one.
There's a question, Hans. Are those all PLA or some of those are resin?
The only one that's resin that's out here is this car right here. I did this all in resin except for the wheels and the fire. Everything else is resin. So this thing is super heavy.
Yeah. Okay.
And then PLA is what I use, which I think I'm going to start using PETG for some of the other stuff. And of course, I've caught up on most of the new figures that have come out. And then I'm cleaning up so I can make more room. My Marvel vs. Capcom shelf.
I like that little KO. That's cool.
And
I need a Shadowloo logo made for like a shelf display.
Oh yeah, I mean I can make it as long as you have a file.
I could try to get a file.
Yep, like I said, that blast effect is super sick.
Damn, that's dope.
That is dope.
Man, I don't know
And
if I
hold
finished
on,
that
I'm gonna clean off this camera. I didn't know it was so foggy. There you go. And then all my Joes. My 112.
And those are all printed by you.
Yeah, these are all printed.
That's sick.
And then I guess we'll go out here to see my other shelf, which I can't show you the table because it has a bunch of stuff I'm working on. But got the Transformers. There's that Bruticus. And the Superion.
That's cool. Yeah.
And then, of course, you got a little He-Man, and then Power Rangers, Batman, some more vehicles that I'm bringing with me. All mine Ninja Turtle. I'm bringing 2 more of these with me as well. If they sell, I sold a couple at the last show.
Awesome.
More Transformers, and then, of course, my animated series, Spider-Man, and then more bikes that I'm bringing with me, more 2099 stuff. And then here's my printers. I just got these 2 new bamboos. I have the El Goose and Cherry Carbon. This is my Plus, and then my 2 Maxes. These are huge. I mean, That's how I can print out big things
Those
because
big printers?
how big that is.
Damn, that's a big ass printer.
And then also back here is my resin printing and where I keep most of my filament.
Holy shit. Yeah, I'm counting what 8 or 9 printers right now.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 printers.
Crap.
And then I
Yeah.
also have like old printers that you can see up there.
That's crazy, dude. Frankie's asking, what do you charge to print those for people without a 3D printer?
Well, which print out which ones?
Just in general, I guess he's maybe just a general question.
It depends on the size and what I'm making and what I owe the original artist to, you know. My time. Like these I do like these are like $50 for the smaller bots. These are like 80 to 100. The bigger box are like 150 to 180. You know, if I'm giving prices like this car would cost like 300 because it takes so long to make, $300 to $400. The
No. That's
if
like a
you want,
HasLab right there, though.
what's that?
That's like a HasLab itself, though.
Yeah, and then like these right here, I sold a couple of these. Some people want it unpainted, and if I'm doing the fur and stuff, unpainted, I'll do like $100 because they're like huge. I'm selling them this big now.
Mhm.
You know, probably like actually I sold it for $80 is what I'm doing for those that unpainted. But if I were to paint it and do all the stuff and put all the fur on it, it'll be a lot more. But I mean, I can go. List goes on and on. Depends on what I make and what time I have.
I think Frankie is also interested in the turtle blimp.
Oh yeah, I have 2 of those.
Titan is asking, how does the Elgu Centauri do compared to the bamboo printers?
It's just as fantastic. What the difference is, what I've realized after getting the Century Carbon, which thank you to Elgu for sending it to me for free to test out and check it out and give them feedback. I would say that it is just as fast and just as good as that. It doesn't have multicolor. And the other thing that I would say is that it doesn't have an app. That's what I love about Bamboo. I could see it anywhere and do anything from anywhere, like turn it off, pause it, you know, and watch it from any location I'm at, where the Century Carbon doesn't have that yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure that's
But-
great, like peace of mind, especially if you're like a long ass print and like something goes wrong or something you need to pause it or whatever. Like
100%. So the cool thing is that this Century Carbon is only $299 compared to those P1Ss that I have out there, which is almost $1,000.
damn.
So for the quality for $299, it's worth every penny.
Okay.
Frankie's saying he's going to send you a DM on Insta.
Sounds good. Hit me up. All
Now
right, let me
you're
go-
showing off your shelf. So, what are some of your favorite customs that you've done for yourself?
For myself, again, this was awesome. It was a fun build. It was very frustrating, especially with using resin. And at the time, I was using, you know, just off-brand resin. But now I use like Sunlu, and I've also used Razone, and those are a lot better quality. But the Superior Spider-Man, I did this whole set. I loved everything about this set. It was one of my favorites. For some reason, the Mysterio was the highest thing that I've ever had. It had like 24,000 likes on it. And that's the most viewed item that I have, was just this figure right here, which I thought was all right. It was just one of the figures I was putting in there. I've said it 1,000 times. This figure right here was the first time that I kit bashed like 10 different figures to make this, you know, this one, and this is probably one of my favorite ones that I did as well. But the Symbiote 6, most definitely the coolest thing I put together.
Yeah.
So,
They're so unique and like just different and eye catching and crazy looking, especially like the Rhino, and I mean all of them they're just they're wild.
Like, there's like a face inside of the Rhino's head there.
Yeah.
And then this Moon Girl, actually, there's a lot of sculpting on this, and I actually really, really love this figure too, that I did.
Yeah, she looks really cool.
But again, I did like the zombie.
yeah,
falling
I really
over.
like that one too with the hand.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he's falling over right now, but I'm not fixing it. These things just fall over all the time.
Yeah.
But that
I
was
mean,
that hand was your own hand though, right?
yes, both those hands are my hands. So this one happened because I just had it. I was trying to do this with my hand, but when you put it in there, I didn't notice my hand was doing this. I thought I was doing this the whole time while it was hardening.
Oh, got you.
So, and then I was gonna throw it away. I was like, what can I do with this? And I was like, you know what? I have all these bunch of pieces of like Sandman, and that's what I decided to make with it.
That looks sick.
And then this other set that I did make, I made the whole set. I just added a couple people in here, but the BC Avengers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And then I still need to finish this whole set, which is like I forgot what they're called now at this point. Red Skull as the Venom, Killmonger.
Red Skull as Venom. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's Red Skull as
That's
Venom.
nice.
That's Killmonger in the Destroyer armor from Asgard. And then you have
Damn.
Norman Osborn as the Ghost Goblin.
So sick.
Cool.
And then the Phoenix. And then she has like Thor and Wolverine as berserkers that follow. But when she like changes, she turns into like the bird god type deal.
Mm-hmm.
And then my Samurai, Ghost Rider. Another one of my favorites.
That's so
That's also
clean.
sick. Yeah.
Like, yeah.
All hot glue. That's what this all is here. Same thing with the head here. That's hot glue. That's hot glue. Same thing on the bike wheels, which this was probably one of my first ones I did.
That's sick.
I think at this point, I think I do a lot better now.
This is insane.
Bunch of customs. I did like the, I guess he was the, what's his name?
Damn.
Daredevil became Heimdall, basically.
Okay.
So that's why he has like the stars on him and whatnot. So I painted this one to look like the comic. I thought
That's
it was a
dope.
cool idea that they made him
Yeah.
into Heimdall, that he could see everything, but he's still blind.
That's
Oh yeah.
And then I made this version of Thor using the older body, which I hated, but I hated the body, but I wanted to make something cool out of it because I love the shape of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Got a Throg. I
You
ended
did
up
all
making,
the cloth.
Yeah,
those cloth
I
goods?
did.
Yeah.
and then I made, I took so I don't know if I showed this before, but I took the McFarlane horse, and the thing is, Odin rides a 8-legged horse, I believe. Yeah, so I cut it up into pieces and molded it together.
So you added more legs.
Yeah, so
That's
he has all
awesome.
8 legs.
It's like dope and creepy at the same time.
Yeah. And then this one, I haven't done this one, which is the Secret Warps. I haven't finished. I did finish the blend between Sorcerer Supreme and Captain America, and then Spider-Man and Moon Knight. And then I have a lot more that I'm going to do. And then they had it where these two actually merged together, so 4 of them. And then by the time it was done, all of them merged together as one being, and it looks stupid, but I do want to make it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But yeah.
See, you're hitting stuff that like even in like 20 more years we'll never
Yeah.
see.
Yeah, Hasbro won't touch
figure
it. Yeah.
form.
Yeah, so
Like-
the thing is, that was my mistake, right? I want to make things like, so here's an example. Like, here's my version. I made this one.
It's really good though. Like,
And this is before the new one came out.
Yeah. So I gave him like real Tims like he had in the show and like, or in the movie, versus the one that you have now where it doesn't look like it has the color, but then it has black bottoms. Like,
Yeah.
it's little details like that that I hate that they do. And then like
Yeah.
one of the first ones I put out was this was my version of it, of the Last Stand Spider-Man.
hmm
And then these were all of my custom Spider-Man that I did, which I did, the Superior Spider at one time. Sorry for all the dust. I do a lot of sanding in here.
No
no,
worries.
it's
dude.
just part of the diorama.
It's that collector addiction issue. We all have dust.
Dude, the cowboy
Is
spider.
that a
sick.
night spider right there?
Yeah.
Yeah, night. Yeah, these are like new shit I haven't seen before. That's freaking cool.
These are a lot of my older ones that I did, where this was like Ben Parker ended up almost dying, and little Peter gave him his blood, so he ended up becoming Spider-Man too. So they both do everything together.
That's cool.
Yeah, see, that's like something we'll like never see. So that's cool to make that. Yeah.
Yeah, this was made out of a Doc Ock body before I found out they were expensive. But
Is that like a Indian Spider-Man, like a Native American one? Sorry.
where this one right here?
Yeah.
That's a Savage Spider-Man.
Savage. Okay.
And then you have the amalgamation Spider Boy. And then I did this grave digger dude. I saw him in a comic, and I had to make him, and I used like a Wolverine head that I sanded down.
Oh,
I
nice.
made the 8-ball. What else did I make around here? There's a couple more, I guess.
So you have a lot of unique figures in your collection.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
my goal is to make
jealous.
what figures I think that they will never make. So there was another guy that I found a file from, and he had the bikes and they were small, and I decided to take his bike and make it into a Ghost Rider bike.
Oh, nice.
That's pretty cool. So how do you determine whether you like leave the wheels like that, or you want to go all out and put all the flames on them and stuff?
Well, I mean, just like the one that came out from Hasbro, they just leave it like this, and I think it just matches, so I just leave it like this. So
Yeah,
it
no,
is
it looks
still
really
functional.
good. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
so
looks really
it rolls
good.
completely.
Yeah.
But I mean, this needs a little work on it. I talked to the artist that said, "Hey, man, I would love to use this for a bunch of stuff," and he hasn't had time yet. But like the middle part is just too thick for him to like actually sit on the bike because it's so
Okay.
wide right here. So he said when he has time, he'll fix it. Oh, what else did I do over here? Anything else? Oh yeah, I made the Hulk here. Maestro, is it Maestro? Yeah.
Mhm.
You
And
made
then-
that, Maestro?
Yeah, I made this one out of the what is it? The Marvel Select Hulk.
Yep, that's the best one right now.
And then I made, Black Dwarf and all them. That one is off of a Red Hulk body.
Damn, that's sick. The comic, that's fucking dope.
So my little bad guys. I think that's pretty much it. Actually, my very first one that I put out there was actually this right here. This is how I found out I knew I could do it. Was I hand sculpted this bear head onto the
That is so dope.
That is really dope.
and did all the hair on the feet and the arms and hands.
You sculpted that?
Yeah, by hand. So what I did was I took where's he at? I took his head, cut out the mouth, and I sanded it down to where it looked like a bear instead of a tiger.
Tiger. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then
That was a
put the
great
head
job.
in and then stretched it out and then put all the putty and stuff in there and made Grizzly.
Damn.
There's a question from Elite Legend. Have you made any Celestials?
I have not made any Celestials. That I have not done. But
Dude, it's
It's-
just a very insane, unique collection. I love that, though.
yeah, so again, my first passion, of course, is the Gundams. This was the very first Gundam that I did everything on, painted every bit of it.
You paint before or after you assemble?
I assemble, take it apart, and do all the colors I want, and I paint each color at a time. I mean, I do a lot of I used to do a lot of airbrushing, so that was a lot easier to do, but I don't do as much. And then I got into sewing this year as well. So most of these
Nice.
capes that you see were glued together, and then now I'm sewing them. This was the first set that I sewed all the cloth I sewed myself except for the cape.
Okay. That looks really good.
You
Clean.
put like the wires and everything in there.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah,
But this cape
that's
is
good.
from a Mythic Legion.
Mhm.
All right, let me flip this thing back around. More settings, camera. Sorry, I talk out loud when I do stuff.
No worries, dude. Do you still have that giant F-16 on the ground back there?
Right when I
I was gonna ask you before you sat down. Damn it. I'm sorry.
I'll show you something. Let me see if I could. Let's go more settings.
Please
camera.
tell me it's hanging from the ceiling somewhere.
Hell no, it's not. That thing is massive. Back camera. Let's go back. Close it.
Yeah.
There you go. I was
That's-
debating on bringing it with me.
You should. I think it's gonna sell because a Valaverse is gonna be there, and I'm pretty sure a Valaverse figure will probably fit in there.
They do. So this fits exactly 112 GI Joe. The only thing I have to make is a canopy. Cool thing is I do a lot of thrifting now with me and my wife. That's what we do for a hobby together. And I
Mhm.
found this Batmobile missing just the back pieces. Only
Okay.
cost me $10, and this is the remote control.
Oh,
That's dope.
yeah.
But yeah, this thing is huge. But you can see the cockpit. But yeah,
Yeah.
talked to that artist as well, and he said, "Yeah, if you want to sell it, I just have to, kick back a little bit to him." And I said, "Yeah, it's no problem."
That's awesome. Now, before you sit down as well, the Titan was asking, is that windshield on the Ghost Rider car 3D printed as well?
On the Ghost Rider vehicle?
Yeah, yeah.
On your resin one, yeah.
The resin.
Oh, my
yeah.
resin one? No, that's plexiglass. I just cut it and then heated it up and put it in place.
Damn.
That's fancy. You're not using like packaging plastic material. You actually put some plexi in there. That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I could have probably done a lot better, but when you do a project for so long, I just want to stop. Like even with this, like I put like plexiglass because in the comics it's like floating.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, because there's no like spokes or
Yeah.
rim or anything. Yeah.
All right, let me go back again. Uno momento.
Thank you, Hans.
Oh,
Titan
you got a
saying
props on.
that
Hold on.
F-14 is screaming for some aces of aviation. You're definitely not kidding right there, man. They are definitely screaming for that. That would be actually a good figure to put in there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool.
Dude, very freaking impressive, dude.
Mm-hmm.
All right, can you guys see me?
Yes, we can see you. We can hear you. Very, very impressive. It's just like, see, I like shit like that. Like, I'm not much of a Hasbro collector myself anymore. But when you see like rooms like that where it's like nicely organized, and then on top of that you have unique stuff, right? Like one-off stuff you'll never see. That's really dope.
Yeah, so I have a backlog of figures that I want to do. Like there's like this Ghost Rider that they have on the comic books. So what I did was I 3D printed clear neck pieces that I
Okay.
found. So then when you do it, it looks like once I paint it, it's going to look like fire, like this one here that I did with his neck. So it doesn't look like just a regular neck sitting there. It has like a fiery feel to it. And then one that I've been wanting to do for so long and I just haven't got back to it, which is sitting right here. Yeah, my Spider-Man India that I'm trying to do, comic book version.
I was gonna say you're making the comic version, that's for sure.
Oh yeah.
Damn it, I want one. That's awesome.
Knock this thing over here. But yeah, I have a backlog of a ton of figures that I need to do and I need to finish. But again, I get caught up doing so many different projects for other people that I just get lost in doing that recently. For a long time, I didn't do any commissions, but my wife's like, "Yo, you might as well make money off of it." So I was like, "I guess I'll try."
I mean, I agree. I mean, this is a hobby for you, but if you can make a little something on the side, why not?
Yeah, so what I'm gonna do now is like typically when I make something, somebody always asks. So what I'm gonna do is just like I did with this one. I make two at a time. I didn't finish this one, but I'll make two at a time. So I'll have my own and then one to sell.
It's a good idea. Yeah, that's very
Yeah,
true.
because a lot of the stuff you've made before, it's like you do one, and so now if you make two, it's like someone gets lucky, first come first serve, and gets to get one. That's cool.
Oh yeah. So then I'm also going to be selling a bunch of spider webs, all different sizes.
That's awesome.
Like they're metal, so they're fully, adjustable to however you want. I'm going to probably do like 3 different lengths for like $10 for 3. So you'll get like a super long one, a medium one, and
It's funny, like, so it doesn't look like that sperm from Maximum Spider-Man.
What are you talking about? Yes, it does.
That was definitely gonna win.
Yeah, it's a winner.
Yeah, no, those are. I love those type of webs. I see a lot of people do them. I've made a few myself, but I've lost the spool but yeah, like the McFarlane style webbing is really sick. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna make different styles. Like this is I actually just started making these, and I was like, you know what? Or I'll do like 3 for $5. I mean, they're so cheap to make, and it just takes time to twist it and whatnot. But I do want to make them like what's his name? D Amazing has like a bunch of cool ones that are like super stringy looking. I do want to make some of those as well.
No, I agree with you. I mean, 3 for $5 is a really good price for that shit. If you're gonna bring some, I'll buy a few sets.
Yep. Yep. I'll just sit down here and just start wrapping them up.
Martinez is asking your Mythic your Mythic Legions customs are sick. Any plans for Baethier?
For what?
Baethier? I don't know who that one is. Which character that is?
I don't know who that is either.
Brandon, you're a big
dragon?
Mythic. Oh yeah, that's the dragon. That's right. You're right.
Oh,
That's the dragon. The big
I
dragon that
I
just
did
came
not
out.
back the dragon. I wish I did. My funds are caught up on other things like buying new printers, like those two I just bought here, which I'm wanting to get a third or fourth one. Just bamboo because they're a lot easier to use, and I do want to get the Century carbons because they're so cheap for what I do. So typically selling 1 or 2 of these, I can buy a Century carbon.
Okay.
But yeah, I am going to Legions Con as well. So Legions Con, I'm going to have a bunch of Legions that I'm doing custom. For this one, I have only like 1 or 2 Legions that I'm bringing with me that I'm doing. But the new Legions now, like I said before, I've talked to you about it when we were at the hotel. Like I like them, but like I said, they look good as statues on the shelf. But the newer ones with the new neck peg, the new feet, all that, it's starting to become amazing. I mean, this figure alone.
I know you have some Legions customs back there too.
Yeah, I only have 2 left from the show that I didn't sell, but I sold a couple to a couple guys. A basketball player bought my what is it, Green Goblin that I made.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So he hit me up. That was pretty cool. And then I sold a couple other things as well. But yeah, my Legions, I like them. I wish I would have got the dragon. Maybe I'll probably get a secondhand one here in the future. But right now, it's not top priority on any of my lists.
Yeah.
Would you venomize it?
I will, if anybody would donate me one, I mean, for them to do and make it a venomized one, I will do it for you.
That would be so insane.
That would be
oh
awesome.
my god.
I mean, you could definitely see there's gonna be a lot of people who are gonna definitely have them customized, right? Because a lot of people didn't like the green color; they wanted different colors. So you'll see some crazy customs.
Yeah,
like
but I could know they're gonna come out with like a red dragon, a black.
Oh yeah,
dragon,
they're gonna make one in every color. That's for sure. But I know what you would do. You would turn one into like a Ghost Rider, like a Ghost Rider. You'll see a fire dragon like with like fire coming out of them and shit. That would be.
Well, the funny thing is, I just like the way Ghost Rider looks. It's not one of my favorite characters at all. Like I like Johnny Blaze, and I like Danny Ketch. I mean, I like Robbie Reyes, but they're not like top tier for me like I am with Spider-Man and Iron Man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I do like them. I think they're cool. The concept is dope. I mean, touching anything that they touch, they can make into a vehicle and make it flamed out, which is awesome.
I agree. Martinez is saying you'll probably just print one, the dragon.
I am bringing a dragon with me. That I'm making, which is again not my design, but I made it. It was small, but I'm making it into the scale of Legions, which I said you should have saw a couple of the preview pictures that I did with this figure with the dragon I'm making.
Oh, is it on Instagram?
I did not. I gave it to Ish, so Ish has it.
He hasn't shared that with me.
Yeah.
He has not shared that with me. Okay, I'll ask him though. I'll definitely bug him. Scott Hughes is asking, do you take print commissions from online files that aren't toy related?
I mean, I have done it before, just because, a lot of people don't have, it just depends on what it is, right? Some of it is way too detail oriented to where like I have to put a bunch of supports and stuff. So you waste a lot of filament, and if it takes way too much time, if it's like way too big, I don't typically deal with that, but I will do a couple if you need something made, and if I have time, I definitely will.
Okay. And then there was another question from Random Stuff Garage. Third question: how many spools? And I believe he was referring to that Transformer figure that you were talking about, where you put the glue inside of the to smooth it out from it shaking.
You're talking about the one I just showed you, the Ultra Magnus?
Maybe, I don't know Transformers.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that
one?
one. Yeah,
Oh,
he said how
there's-
many spools. Maybe he's
Well,
referring to the printer.
No, spools is how many you would use to make this. So it's
Oh.
pretty much almost one spool of white. The gray, I could probably make 3 different versions of the gray, like actually like 7 of them with this gray that I have here with one spool, and then whatever color. So really, it's like a spool and a half to make this figure itself.
Spool and a half. And so that's like the little plastic wire that goes in circles.
Yeah.
One
Yes.
spool. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Max is asking, when you do your own design, what sculpt program do you prefer?
ZBrush.
That seems to be like the staple. Yeah.
It's so easy to use compared to other ones. Like I forgot what the other one that everyone uses. My son uses it. It's a little harder to use, where this one is a lot easier, but you pay for it. It's like $49 a month unless you
Yeah.
buy the package,
Jesus,
which is
okay.
like, yeah, to use it. So that's why I backed off of it, because it was so expensive. I did like 4 or 5 months worth, and I was like, I'll take a break. And the only what I did was, I never worked in a 3D plane before, but they have this site called Udemy that has classes, and I just took a class and I built an octopus, and it shows you how to use everything. I did it for
Mhm.
like 1 week, and then that's when I just went directly into making those head sculpts.
That's cool. Okay.
Yeah, I downloaded like a trial for it was like a week, and I played around with it, and I was like, Jesus, you can get the hang of it. And I didn't watch any videos; I just played around in it. But I made some stuff, but it was a little intimidating at first.
They
But
teach you shortcuts. It's what brushes you use. Like for me, it's the tools that you're going to be using in there. I only need like 4 or 5 different brushes that they have, and use shortcuts to get to them, and how to mask things off and move things around, and then
like
I
mirror
also,
sides and stuff.
yep,
Like, yeah.
things like that. And then I bought a 3D space mouse. So what the 3D space mouse does is, you hold it in your hand, like the mouse part, and when you move it, it's like the object is in your hand.
That's
And then I
cool.
also have, my monitor is a XP pen monitor that's made for that. So I'm literally just drawing like I'm drawing on a piece of paper and moving it around in
Oh, dude.
circles.
That's probably
So it
a
made it a lot
good
easier.
I'll be right back,
experience.
guys.
Yeah.
So it made it easier to use on there when you have those tools. And like I said, it's the right tool for the right job.
Yeah.
Having the right printers, having the right software, all that, it makes it easier.
Well, I guess a good strategy for that as well, it would be like, because you can turn off and on the subscription, is like, if you're feeling kind of in the zone, you flip it on, knock out a bunch of stuff, and then flip it back off.
I do it all the time.
Yeah.
So like if I get a piece from somebody, that I'll see a head sculpt that I buy from someone, and I will revamp the whole head sculpt. So for example, like last month or 2 months ago, I ended up getting back on ZBrush because Hayden 3D had a Wolverine that he made, and I just made it into the comic book version. So I just took his and like warped it around and whatnot and made it. And I still posted him on there, and he posted it back. Do I have the head? Somewhere around here. Whatever. I just do, I make whatever he has out there or other people, and I do a couple tweaks to it so it'll fit the figure, or make it bigger or smaller to fit directly on the item I'm making.
Nice. Sure. Oh yeah. So you said you have stuff you're working on the bench that you don't want to. Obviously, it's still a secret, and you're still working on it. The stuff that we haven't seen that you're bringing, and again, if you can't answer, that's cool. Obviously, when you do like a mythic show, you bring mythic legions and stuff like that. For this show, for stuff, what's what's kind of the base figures you're working off of as stuff that you would be bringing?
So I was given from Ish, asked me a favor if I could do a couple customs from these different vendors that are coming.
Okay.
And I said yes. One of them is AWOC, Savage Crucible, and Action Force. And of course, I've already done plenty of them, but the Mythic Legions.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to do one of each of the companies. A couple of them I've already done two of, but it's grind session. You know, I have a full-time job and kids. I'm trying to get all this stuff done as much as I can. I remember when I was like, I got 60 days, I got plenty of time. And in that time frame, I was trying to make as much inventory. And like I said, I've been selling just as much as I've been making them.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to calm down on selling stuff. I got two more I got to make for someone, and then I'm done and I could focus on this. I'm taking a whole 8 days off to work on all of these customs to bring with me so I could give to Ish. And again, Ish has been a great dude. He's the one who reached out to me and asked me if I'd do this a year ago. And I'm glad I got to meet you guys, and now I've made a lot of new friends. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it's been great. And again, I'm bringing a couple. I was not told what I need to make it as. I just make it whatever I wanted to. So of course, I'm going to do things that I like with these figures.
well, you have really good taste, so I'm sure they're going to be freaking banging.
I appreciate it.
And this is stuff with the Savage and the Vala, and I guess you showed some of the AWOC stuff, but so far right now we haven't seen any of that stuff, right?
Yeah, I have not shown you any of it.
Cool. I'm actually looking forward to like the surprise. That'd be sick. And
I'm trying to get
you won't
to the
show them
Valverse
off
stuff.
until the show, or will you post like right? Okay, cool.
No, I will not show it until we get to the show. Well, I leave that up to Ish, because hopefully I'll get these customs done in the next 10 days.
Okay.
And then he could post it right before the whole thing starts again.
Okay, so just okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
So
whenever he
we're
wants
gonna be
to do with it.
we're gonna be doing a show on the 16th.
Mhm.
That's gonna be Friday on the 16th at Ishcon,
Mhm.
and there's gonna be a lobby swap during that time when our show goes live. So we were thinking about just kind of doing a walkthrough of the lobby and just kind of showing off all the vendors and all the people in the lobby swap, and then maybe even showing off some of the exclusives that are going to be at Ishcon.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be there a day early so I can hang out with you guys.
Yeah, Ish was telling me you'll be there Thursday.
Yeah, I'm
Really?
gonna probably either leave Wednesday night to get there Thursday morning, and then I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, or I just get up at 6 o'clock. It's an 11-hour drive and be there by 5 p.m.
Jesus.
I mean, I drove straight the last time there, and 2 days later I drove back home to St. Louis, and then I did the same thing for Legion's Con. I literally got in the car, drove, got there that day, set everything up, took a nap, came back.
Yeah.
You know what we should do, Abby, is before the show like opens and goes wild, is we should because you don't know like what's gonna move and stuff like quickly. We should get some video like before like the sales start and kind of capture it, so that way we can show off like video clips and stuff of what there was.
That whole
and stuff
weekend
like that.
we're going to be recording. Even Saturday we're going to be going live from the event for most of the day, to be honest with you. So
It's awesome.
the Figure Fight Club booth is going to be set up between Valaverse and also Savage Crucible, so we're right in the middle. So we'll have cameras pointing in both directions, and we'll be talking. Hopefully we'll bring Bobby back on. Hopefully we'll bring Rob back on. It's going to be a fun show, and we'll definitely be visiting your table for sure.
Yeah. Yep.
And then Duarte just announced that just yesterday, I think yesterday or today, that Duarte is going to be there too. So that's going to be dope, and he'll have an Ishcon exclusive. So there's a lot of fun things going to happen at Ishcon.
Yeah, he has a lot of good dios, top notch.
Oh, dude, Duarte kills it, man.
I think I was his first customer for the command center. I got that.
The big command center, yeah. He's gonna have that at Ishcon too, so you'll get to see it.
I know. I'm so excited to see it in person. Like, oh my god.
Now, Hans, you earlier you had mentioned Ishcon and then also Legion's Con. Is there any other shows you go to?
No, just the ones
Whether
that.
it's toy shows or printing shows, right? You go to print shows too.
Yeah, I mean, I got invited from Sunlu to actually, I was supposed to go to Detroit, but I didn't have time because my job wouldn't, not that it wouldn't let me. I just, I had a lot of stuff going on at work that I couldn't make it to Detroit to TCT, which is Rapid TCT, which is all of the filament and 3D printers from Boeing to Formula One to Top Flight and Elgu, Sunlu, eSun. You go on and on. I got to meet a lot of people, and that's how I was able to get sponsored. Which I'm sponsored by Sunlu, Elgu, and Resin One or Rezone, whatever you want to call it. Those guys are amazing as well. But Sunlu shipped me out or paid for me to fly out to LA and talk at their booth with their customers and whatnot. So it was a good time. I had a blast, and they invited me to this one this year, but I wasn't able to make it because of work. But yeah, that's the other thing I do is I do the 3D printing stuff.
That's cool. It's pretty sweet.
And a big shout out to a pronounceable name Martinez for becoming a member. We definitely appreciate that.
It's like the worst bag. What did he say? What's his name?
I had to read that
good.
I had to read that a few times. But again, thank you for being a member.
Yeah,
Definitely tune in for the after show. We're for the members only. We'll be doing 2 giveaways during that show.
Thank you guys for becoming a member. All of you are stealing my heart. I wonder how Bats would feel about that, though.
Thank you again, Martinez. Let's see. So, some other questions that I had. You said you were doing airbrushing in the past and then also painting, right? So what do you prefer?
Airbrushing is cool, but it's a lot of cleanup, and
Okay.
I didn't buy any of the new equipment to like just throw it into something and clean it. It's fun to do, but I don't really have a good ventilation system in here, and I just don't do it as often. I'd rather just paint it by hand or just go outside, and there's so many good spray paints out there. Like Citadel makes a good black that I use for everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I guess it's what is it? Hobby Lobby has some good colors as well that they have their own air spray paint that I got from Kit Bash Customs. He told me about, and I use that a lot too. But everything I pretty much do is all by hand.
That's what's up. Okay. And then you also mentioned you got into sewing. We saw the sewing part. You had some of the glue ones too. What do you prefer? I guess sewing is probably a lot more time consuming than the glue.
Well, the glue sucks is because one, sometimes it takes forever to dry, or two, if you use the wrong glue, it goes through the material, and
Yeah.
I just paint over it. I mean, I know it's there, and I don't like that it's there. So then I was like, you know what, this year I want to try something new, and I decided to learn how to sew. Took a class on how to sew, just 1 day class to see how everything works, and it helped out a lot. So now I could sew my own stuff, make my own capes, make my own clothing. I haven't made any clothing. I made a lot of capes except for that one set of clothing, which was super simple to do. It's just like, across the body and just put it around it versus, if I make a t-shirt with logos and whatnot on it.
You make t-shirts with logos on it?
I do that as well. I have a vinyl machine. I did t-shirts for a long time. That's what helped me fund this.
Oh.
Was I made t-shirt. I did vinyl. I have a vinyl cutter, so I did cars. I made logos for people, for companies. They'll come to me. That's what I used to do before I started customizing. And
That's
woodworking was the other thing I did. I used to make tables, chairs, and frames and custom pieces for people.
So is that how you got your name, One Oak Customs?
Yes, sort of. So I had to think of play on words with when I did my woodworking, and what One Oak Custom stands for is one of a kind customs.
That's cool. Okay.
So One Oak.
Actually, I could see that, and I appreciate that for sure.
Yeah, and it used to be One Oak. It was One Oak Designs when I did the cutting, like when I did wood, and then when I went to doing custom action figures, that's when I just changed it to One Oak Customs.
If you noticed, Abby perked up when you said you do t-shirts, so expect an order to come through for little Figure Fight.
I've been looking for t-shirts, man, because people have been asking for Figure Fight Club shirts, and I've actually designed a few different ones already. I just got to get them made at this point.
So my vinyl cutter took a little dive on me about a month back, so it's not working. So what I'm doing with the money that while I'm there, because I still do a lot of vinyl stuff here and there around the house, You know, I use it for stencils. I do it for a lot of things. So I'm gonna buy a brand new one. The one I have is already like 9 years old. I've been doing it for like 9 years, and it's lasted me this long. It's been fantastic from US Cutter. So I'm gonna buy a brand new one when I get back.
I was gonna ask like which one you use because I know like the Cricut one's like pretty popular, but
Cricut's really small, so you could do like leather and stuff like that. My wife had one. We used it for a long time. My wife used to sell like leather earrings. It was cool, but it's not like it only did, you know, something like this big versus mine does a 31-inch by however long they need it to be.
That's way sweeter. Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Talib, Catwoman's it's a Haunted Nova. She's on my Instagram, so you could just search her name through my list and you'll find her. Haunted Nova. I guess I know you had mentioned some customs you've done. Are you allowed to show them off or no?
No.
I always try.
They're like 80% done. I mean, I got a lot of little work to do. Again, like I said, next week is grind time. I'm gonna knock all these out at once. And then also, your boy that we're talking about that bought a bunch of Ghost Rider stuff for me. I have a vehicle that I have to do for him that's huge. I was gonna work on it like a couple weeks ago, but the version that he gave me wasn't gonna work with the way that we want to do it. So I have that to do still. So I legit every day have something I need to get done.
Got you. Okay.
But
no, I mean, he's very excited for his stuff.
Yeah, he's awesome. Another thing that I did, I've showed this before, but I'm gonna show it again. But the this Punisher that I did from that same comic book line, like this is all vinyl that I pressed on here, t-shirt vinyl on the jacket where it makes like the logo, and then also what's on his chest is vinyl.
Oh damn! Okay.
Well, that's good because it has a texture now. Instead of just, plus I'm sure it's if you can do that instead of having to paint it, like why not? Like that's a really clever.
And his face is all vinyl too. It's all sticker.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is that the life hack? Is like instead of unsteady hand, like trying to paint, you just vinyl it on. It's so clean looking though. Like
I did that, and so people understand. I did this about 2.5 years ago. So the vinyl's still sticking on and not coming off.
That's awesome. J Max asking how much for that Punisher figure.
It's not for sale.
You did, J Mac. If you show up to Ishcon, you could ask him there.
This is before he made 2 of everything.
Yeah. So the guy that bought all my other Venoms for me the other day, he wants it, and I said if I do, it'll be him first. But I can make this again, but I have to get all the items. And again, the reason why I didn't sell to him right now is because I don't have a vinyl cutter that works. So I can't just make it right away. Yep. And you know when you make a collection of something and you have all your symbiotes together, you're like, I want this to look like this, and then you get rid of one, you're like, well, there's a gap again. I can't focus on doing other stuff because I got to make this.
Yeah,
that's funny. That dude, I didn't know you did vinyl work, so that's news to me, and that's actually really cool.
I design tattoos. I do paintings. I draw. I do it all.
Have you got into like laser engraving or etching or anything like that? I had Elegoo's Kickstarter laser cutter, and it's freaking dangerous.
Yeah, I have not used it because there was never a time that I really needed to use a laser cutter. But the engraver I've always wanted to, or the CNC machine, because I did a lot of woodworking. I made a lot of what do you call that? Cutting boards, and I use like a metal that had my one oak designs on it, and I would heat it up and press it into it. Versus if I would have had a CNC machine, I could have cut it in and then put an overlay into it and then just sand it off, and it would have been there even more permanent than the wood could. You could literally sand off my name and just be like, I made this.
Yeah.
William is saying, save me a glider. I will see you Thursday before the show. Have a good night.
I have,
William.
Like I said, I'll have 2 gliders with me. So one of my guests again, like I said, it's already spoken for.
Yeah, I was gonna say Brandon wants one and William wants one.
So I'm like, okay, yeah, cool, I got you. Same thing with those cars. I have 4 over there plus mine, and 3 of those are already gone. So I got to make like 2 more. So at least I have some type of inventory. I'll probably just go over there just to hang out with you guys at the booth, just to say hi to everybody because I have nothing on my table.
There's just a card that says "Sorry, sold out."
Yeah. I mean,
It's
you know,
funny.
it was nerve wracking. My first year, I brought all that stuff, and I was like, man, no one's buying anything, right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it just started taking off like the second day, and people were buying all my stuff except for, you know, my Transformers. Most like all the Optimus, all the big names went away, but the other ones didn't. So what I did was I took all the ones that I made and gave them to a lot of people that the artists that were there and vendors. So they had something that I'd be like, hey, if I don't ever meet you again, at least you know you have this piece that I made, and I gave it to
Yeah.
everybody while I was
You
out
gave
there.
me one too. It's in my Cobra shop
Yeah,
right now.
yeah, I have mine over there. He's chilling
Yeah.
over there. At the,
Yeah, so I wanted to give everybody. I made a lot, so it was my first show, so I made like so much inventory, and I have nowhere to put it here. And at that time, I didn't have this extra room, so there's
Yeah.
nowhere for me to put it, and I wasn't gonna just leave it on the ground for whoever's gonna buy it. So I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'll just give it to everybody that's here. And like I said, what I said, at least when you, like you said, you had it on your shelf, like, hey, that man Hans gave that to me, or One Oak Customs.
Yeah. Exactly, and you know, it's like a good. It feels good to show that off because people ask me about the Dragon Zord all the time. Like, where'd you get it from? I was like, oh, dude, my boy Hans printed it. It looks dope. I got a Ishcon in 2024, so it's like it's like a whole story.
And again, I only wanted to bring that with me originally just to show that what I can print, because it's not my design. Again, I always have to reiterate that. I do not want to steal anybody's design. I know how it feels because I have my own stuff that I do and people will take it. And it doesn't bother me that you do. You could take whatever design I have and recreate it. Just be like, oh yeah, I saw this off of 1.0 Customs, instead of just throwing it out there that I've seen multiple times that are verbatim what I made and was like, this is mine type deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
That's
people
true.
are messed up. But no, like if let's say like you know if like you don't have any more gliders and it's like the first hour in the show, like we can leave them on the table just so people can see them and stuff. And be like,
that's what everybody did at what do you call that? Legion's Con.
Yeah.
So a lot of my stuff sold in the first like 3 hours, and I literally had like 6 for the rest of the time. You know, and I left the ones that were on there, and I was telling people I could make any one of these, and a lot of people hit me up, but they never fell through, or they all fell through. Most of them did, but I mean that's part of it, right?
It's part of it. If it's there in front of you, it's a little different story versus going out to reach out to someone online and talking to them in the effort. I agree. It is a different story. But the stuff you bought at Legion's Con was fire too. Though I remember a lot of that stuff. It was holy shit.
Yeah, I did the Symbiote 6, but I did like 12, like 10 different people from Spider-Man realm. I did a lot of Marvel. That's all I did with this one, which I was gonna do a full Final Fantasy 7 whole thing, which I told Ish and a bunch of people that I was doing. But now Emil, I don't know if you know who that is.
Yeah, Emil. Yeah,
he's doing all the Final Fantasy 7. It's like, I don't want to do the same thing he's doing and bringing it this year, so I got to come up with another idea.
You gotta do Street Fighter and Tekken.
Well, I mean, then most of the people are just gonna have their shirts off, you know.
Yeah,
I want to make some cool armor and make it look awesome.
It's just like Ryu on a barbarian.
Yeah,
like his head on a
have
barbarian.
like a t-shirt and pants.
I mean, but you could do like an M Bison with like the armor. That would look dope.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna figure something out. Maybe I might do a whole anime line like I wanted to for this show, but I haven't had time. I'm probably gonna only have one of my anime characters that I wanted to do at this one, but I want to do, either like a One Piece, the whole crew, or something like that.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Damn, you could do some like with some of the knights. You could do like a Egress or something. It would be kind of cool.
What I like about doing like Mythic Legions, it's up to how I want to make it versus like when I do like the Marvel Legends, I want it to look exactly like the comic, as close to it as possible.
That's true. J-Mac,
the goal.
Gears of War or Halo themed?
Halo, definitely. I still have my Master Chiefs up here, I was never a real big Gears of War fan. I mean, I played the game. I was more into Final Fantasy and what is it, Resident Evil?
Okay.
Yeah.
Monster Hunter is like my favorite game, though, besides Zelda. So Zelda is what got me into gaming, so it will always hold a place in my heart. Monster Hunter, to me, is probably one of the most fun that I have playing video games.
Monster Hunter is a new Monster Hunter game that just came out, right?
Yeah, Monster Hunter. This one is Wilds, and I am playing it, but I haven't got to play it in the last 4 weeks. So it's only been out for like 5 or 6 weeks, and I only got to play the first 2 weeks, and I got straight on my grind for the show.
Dude, I'm pretty sure I haven't turned on my PlayStation 5 for like 2 months. Actually, no, like a month and a half. Granted, I've been gone to India for 2 weeks out of that,
But you're a casual gamer, so that's
I am a
understandable.
casual gamer. My kids probably play more than I do, to be honest with you. But
Yeah, so that's what took up a lot of my time. So me and my brother, we play that game. My brother's gonna try to come up to. He's in Florida. He's gonna try to come up. He's like 2 years older than me. We play a lot of video games together. But this past 2 years, I decided to. We played a lot of Destiny. I'm talking about thousands of hours.
Yeah.
And Destiny 1 and 2. But what was the other game that we played? It was a Tom Clancy game.
Rainbow Six.
No. It's a MMO where you like run the streets. State of Decay. No, I forgot what the game was called. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We played a lot of.
Clancy made other games in Rainbow Six.
Yeah, well, we played a lot of the MMO style games, but this past year, 2 years, I decided to play every game that's like a RPG that I wanted to play to beat. So I played like the new Final Fantasy Rebirth remake. I beat
Wildlands Defiance.
what's that?
Wildlands Defiance.
No.
No.
That was a Ghost Recon title, I believe.
Was it a Tom Clancy? It's the one where like you're in New York, you're in the full New York map, and it's a MMO, and you have to like.
Oh, are you talking about? Yeah, it is Tom Clancy. That was I played the shit out of that game, The Division.
Division? Yeah, that game had so much promise to it, but like all the bad guys were so spongy. It was like,
Yeah.
man, I'm here for an hour trying to beat this boss. It's game over.
I went deep into The Division, the first one. I didn't play as much of the second one, but going into the dark zone and doing
Oh yeah, trying to extract.
PvP.
Like, bro, cover
all-
me.
Yeah, dude. That's some of the funnest but most mad and everything all in one I've ever been in a game.
Dude, I just got an epic drop. I gotta get this out of the dark zone. Fucking 20 people come out of nowhere. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah, dude. I loved that game so much.
Yeah. So that was another one, but I got to play like a lot of my games I've always wanted to play. I beat both the new Zelda game, and I beat the new God of War, which was top notch, one of the best games I've ever played. And there was another game that I played that was like that. Anyways, I don't want to get too much into gaming, but I haven't got to really play that much because I've been doing a lot of customizing.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean,
But so the big shows you go to is Ishcon and Legions Con, where you sell a lot of your customs. Looks like. So you'll have a pretty decent time in between those two shows. So you'll have some time for gaming.
Yeah. So after this one, when I get back, I'm gonna take a break for a little bit. I do have a couple customs I gotta finish for people. I'm gonna finish those out, and I'm gonna take probably like a 2 month break.
yeah. You got to level up in Monster Hunter.
Oh yeah. But I definitely will still put stuff out because I have a lot of stuff that I never posted that are like simple stuff, so I could just stay relevant, so my numbers will stay the same. I've been stuck at 29,500 people to 600 for literally a year, and it just bounces back between one day I'll lose 70 people and the next day it's like another 20, and then I have to slowly build it back up. I don't know what happened. I was like on this big wave, and now I've been crashing this whole time, and it's hard to keep people. If you don't post every day, you lose a lot of people on there, and I don't know why that happens.
Yeah, no, I can definitely understand that. I mean, like with Instagram, I don't know because I don't really post that much on Instagram unless it's like a show day.
Mhm.
And I'll post more. But YouTube, I've seen like the fluctuation between going up and going down, up and down, up and down. So I was like a zigzag.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating.
Oh yeah.
Like for the hardest time, like the whole trip in India, like we were at like 12.99, then we would pass 1300, and we'll get to like 1304, then we would drop back to 12.99, and it would just be this repeat for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
What the hell's going
It's been like that for a year for me. And like, I told my wife, I was like, yo, once I get to 50,000, I would be super happy. And I'm not saying that it's just because I never thought in a million years I'd have 1,000 people.
Yeah.
Within 2.5 years, or 2.5, almost 3 years, I got up to almost 30,000 people making toys. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
Custom
dope.
toys.
It's a good feeling because if people like what you're doing, and that's what's dope about it, right? So
Yeah. Well, and again, I thank all the people that have followed me and asked me questions and stuff like that. I do appreciate it. It's a passion of mine. I actually really really love doing this, and I hope I can do this for a long time.
Yeah.
I guess the next, where can we find you next? I guess besides in 2 weeks, we'll see you at Ishcon.
What do you?
I
what-
always ask where you're going to be next, I guess. But in this case, you'll be busy working and getting your customs ready. We have your Instagram also in the description of this video, so make sure to give him a follow. And
Yeah,
stay
check it out for all the stuff he showed off. He's got all high quality photos of all the stuff, and they look fantastic. In the
click that link and give him a follow on Instagram.
Yeah.
Are you on any other platform besides Instagram?
I do have a TikTok, but I don't really post on it a lot.
You don't do dances on there or anything?
Yeah. I mean, I could cut a rug. Don't. Maybe we'll go out one of those days, and then we'll just pop and lock out there.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, where you'll find me after this, I'll be on Monster Hunter Wilds,
There you
roaming
go.
around, killing some dragons.
Is this on
Drop
Xbox or PS5 or
It's on all platforms and it's all cross-platform except for Switch. So it's on PlayStation, Xbox, Steam, and computers, and you could all.
I'm probably gonna pick that up because I was really eyeballing the last one, but it was already been out for so long, and I didn't want to like play catch ups. But this one, since it's so new, I'm probably gonna get it.
Yeah. This one is a lot easier than all the other ones. I mean, the bad guy, the monsters, I guess you could say, are a lot. I won't say a lot easier, just because did you ever play Monster Hunter World?
No, but I watched like hours and hours and hours.
Yeah,
of
like this one, you have a
gameplay.
sacred that you ride, and it literally takes you wherever you need to go. Where before you used to have to traverse yourself and figure out where everything is. Where this one, it literally just gives it a waypoint, so it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, I
and
like
the
stuff
game
like
is
that.
sped
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, that's good.
I guess we are done. So for us, make sure to check out Tuesday, and we appreciate your patience through this past Tuesday's show. I was at the airport and it was loud. Apologize, and I know Brandon wasn't home either, so we cut it short just because we knew Ninja was going to go live at 9 p.m. So we wanted to give him his time since he doesn't, do a show as frequent as we do. Plus, he's more fun to watch. Let's just be honest about that. But next Tuesday we'll be back with open mic, and then next Friday we are on the road to Ishcon. So next Friday is going to be the last stop before the actual weekend. And here are our guests for next week.
We're collecting action figures in a world that don't make sense. We all share the addiction, we are not so innocent. From the finals to the shelves, we all share the same quest to collect them all, not go broke and do our very best. Welcome to the Plastic Journey Podcast, where Brandon, Oppie, and Ish will broadcast. Through the journey tells the story of the way we set our path in the quest for action figures. May this journey forever last.
I'm not gonna lie, that hits me in the feels a little bit.
Dude, I got a little tingly from that.
So
The
next
boys are getting back together for one.
reunion show. Yeah, we're gonna have a reunion, Plastic Journey reunion. Ish is gonna be joining us. We're gonna have D Amazing as well, and then Brett from Toylanta will also be on. So it's gonna be a jam-packed show. We're gonna have a lot more insights on Ishcon, and hopefully we get some more secrets, and we'll go from there. But Hans, thank you for jumping on.
For sure.
Yeah, that was
Anytime,
awesome.
man.
Yeah.
Always fun catching up with you. I'm looking forward to hanging out. Can't wait for that.
For sure.
And yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Thanks, chat. Thanks to the replay squad. We'll catch you on the other side.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys. Peace.
Peace.
I'm trying to find the button.
No,
As we wrap up tonight's fun, the figures in talk, so we've just begun. Join us next time for thrills anew. In the world of Figure Fight Club, it's all for you. Make sure to subscribe and smash that like button. See you next week on Figure Fight Club, stay strutting. This isn't goodbye, it's just a see you later. In the meantime, go check out another creator. So keep your figures on display until we gather here someday. Remember the tales and the laughs we shared. Here at Figure Fight Club, you're treasured and cared.